Hey everyone, Colby here, and today we're in Camo Toe's account. We have done an account takeover for him, so he messaged me on Discord. He told me, Colby, I need some help with the clan boss. I'm fine with the dungeons and everywhere else. So I said, sure, dude. So I told him, yeah, I'm gonna do an unkillable for you because you've got Roshcard there. You also have Maneater, but I am not aware of a Roshcard Maneater team, so I just did the Roshcard team with the Skullcrusher, which is perfectly fine. So guys, I'm gonna show you the team and then I'm gonna explain the speeds and the gear that I have on each and every one of them, so you can just do the same thing. So it works on Spirit, it works on any affinity, it works on, obviously it works best on Void because you don't have any issues with affinity. So on Spirit I'm gonna have issues with Vizier extending the duration, but I think it's still fine. Guys, so the speeds that you need to have for this setup to work is basically these speeds are set. I think Verdi did a video on this already, but these, for this setup, the speeds are set, but you can also have a different setup with those specific speeds and they're gonna work for Ultra. I know the speeds also for Nightmare, so if you're interested about Nightmare speeds, I'm gonna put them possibly in the description of the video. So for this setup, guys, I have Roshcard at 248, Doom Priest 186, Vizier at 177, Skullcrusher at 174, and Frozen Banshee at 179. These speeds have to be as I explained, because if they're not, then Roshcard will miss out his rotation and basically this comp will fail. So these speeds need to be specific. So if you want to use different speeds, then you can go for the same kind of setup, but basically Roshcard needs to be 255. The damage dealers need to be, one of them needs to be 209. So either Vizier or Frozen Banshee, 209, 189. And then the Dispel needs to be 189 and Skullcrusher needs to be 188. So on both setups, Skullcrusher needs to be the slowest and then Dispel needs to go just faster than everyone. So at 189, so the Dispel just dispels every debuff there is. So this is how it works. These are the speeds for Ultra. As I explained, there's two possible setups. There's probably more you can use. That was Jedi's calculator. That's what I use lately since I discovered it. It's a really good calculator, but you need to put everything exactly in and be sure that your masteries are not, there's no masteries there that can mess your speed rotations up. We go in and I'll explain the rotation and we'll see how it goes. So get this off auto. So don't worry about the first few rounds, guys, but the way that it's works is just you go in with the block. The boss hits you, it's fine. You just normally attack with your heroes. Put my debuff with Frozen Banshee. I'll just go in with Vizier's A1. That's fine. We don't do the counter with Skullcrusher because we're gonna use that later, and I'll explain why. So you see there we dispelled with Doom Priest. This is why we need her in this team. Anything can work. Like if you have a bad L, he'll still do the same kind of work. Just go again with A1 with Rosh. A1 again with Vizier. Hopefully we get an extend. There we go. We got an extend. It's his weak affinity, so there's some difficulty there to extend. So now, guys, this is where you need to focus on, because this is where you need to press the counter button. So you press it, and now the boss will stun Skullcrusher. That's how this works. As Doom Priest removed the debuff, but this is fine. So what I'm gonna do is just, you can press auto here and it's gonna work. Okay, I can press auto and it's gonna work, but because I have Vizier here, I wanna go in for more manual rounds so he can extend the duration of the poisons instead of him doing A2 and A3, because this is the problem with Vizier. If you put it on auto too soon, he's gonna mess up everything. So go in, just do your skills, but be wary of you know, Skullcrushers and Roshcard's skills. So A1 again with Vizier. Hopefully we get that extend. We got it. Hopefully we get some more extensions here. You see, guys, we're getting damage here, but it's fine. It's gonna work, don't worry about it. So we still use our block damage here. At turn 8, about turn 8, I think it's where it's set and it's fine to just not worry about it at all. So you don't need to do anything. As I said before, once you press the first time the counter on Skullcrusher, that's when it's set and you can just leave your computer. But I'm gonna try and get the get all the debuffs going with Vizier. That's what I'm That's what I'm trying to do. You need to have at least 3 or 4 durations for you to be like worry free. So I'm trying to get also a personal best for this account. This is why I'm doing this. Before, when I tried it, I think I did 28 million. So here we didn't get an extension. So this is what I mean. So we do our block. See, we got some debuffs removed there. Nice, we got an extension there. I think I'll do one more turn with the Vizier's A1. And we should be fine. You have 3 turns there. Oh, let me do one more. Just to be safe. See, no damage dealt to the team here. We dispel the speed debuff, that everyone hates on this boss. So come on, Vizier, do your extension, please. Oh, of course he didn't do anything. So do the counter, and we need the extension now. Definitely need it. There we go. I'll have to do one more turn because Vizier is just, you know, he never extends them when you want to. So obviously here, instead of Vizier, you can use any other damage dealer. An Althar would work great. An Occult Brawler can work again because you've got the Doom Priest going. So any poisoner that you have is probably going to work instead of Vizier. But Vizier, you know, gives us that extra extension of the debuffs. And I'll just press auto here, guys. And yeah, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to keep watching it just in case something happens, but it's not going to happen. I've tried this already before and it works. So I'm doing this video now to just showcase how this works. You see there, Vizier didn't do his A1. That's why this setup needs you to go manual for a bit. Of course, you can just press auto as I explained before, but the damage potential will be lower. See here, we have poisons that go for 1 turn, and we go weak hits there. So on Void, I do believe that this team will go way higher in terms of damage. So see there, we got so many weak hits in turn, and it's just bad. It's just bad when you don't extend them. See, we have very few amount of poisons going. There we go. We extended debuffs. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna skip right to the end and show you the damage dealt, and then we'll go over the gear on each champion. And of course, speeds I've covered in the beginning, but I'll cover those again when we go for all the champions. So guys, we're closing into the end of this run. 29 million is what I'm guessing. Hopefully we can pass 30 million. And also, guys, remember that this is Spirit. So 30 million, close to 30 million on Spirit. It's a fantastic run in my opinion. And also on Void, I think it would be way better because of Vizier not getting those weak hits. You get a weak hit, you cannot extend the duration of debuffs. And that kind of sucks for this team since it's Frozen Banshee doing the heavy lifting in terms of damage, and then Vizier just extending the duration. So see here, we got lucky there with the extended duration, so it's fine. But it's turn 49 actually. We went to about 30.5, please. Yeah, it's gonna be around there. We're just gonna see the boss just killing everyone now on the finish of the 31. Close to 2 key, but not that close. Again, possibly without Vizier and another poisoner instead, possibly you can get it to 35. I haven't tried it because I didn't see another good poisoner in his setup. I think we had a Nethril, but I didn't want to move his gear because I think he uses him for arena. Anyhow, this is like a very good damage for this team. So 31 million, guys. With a bit of improvements to the gear and speeds and everything, I think this setup can go way higher and even be a 2 key. So let's go over the gear and what I did for this Unkillable setup. So first up, guys, is Vizier. I went for just some bit of extra damage on him. 177 speed, as I explained before, 2.1k attack, 121 critical damage, 100 critical rate, and 280 accuracy. These are very basic, just getting that extra bit of damage through critical rate and critical damage, since I don't care about defense and I do care only about accuracy and a bit his attack, but attack I couldn't really improve. These are just random pieces of gear I put on him. Of course, this can be improved way more to get way more damage. He's maxed out, so yeah, I didn't have to worry about maxing him out. And the tree for his masteries is just went for straight Giant Slayer, which is the correct way to go. And Retribution, of course, I could have changed his masteries and get also Deterrence, but I just didn't take it. I know it's an extra chance to get a counter going, but yeah, I just didn't do it. Didn't reset his masteries because it would cost 150 gems. Yeah. Next up, guys, is Roshcard the Tower. So, guys, Rosh, he's the very important one on this team. So 248, and I went again critical rate and critical damage on him, just to get that extra bit of damage. I couldn't find speed boots on this account. I think this account has 0 speed boots, so I was really surprised with that. So I tried my best to get to 248. I couldn't go higher than that with the gear that he had. So this is why I used that specific team. And also his A3 is maxed out, so that's very important. And again, War Master and the defense tree, as I explained before, that's very important too. Next up is our Doom Priest. Doom Priest has very similar setup in terms of masteries. Her skills don't need to be maxed out because they don't matter. It's her passive that matters. I went again for full damage on her. 112 critical rate, 144 critical damage, 186 speed. And if you want, you can go as much attack as you want. But yeah, I just cared about the speed, critical rate, and get some critical damage going. So that was my idea when I was building her. And then it's Frozen Banshee. Again, fully maxed out. Her masteries are War Master and Support Tree. The reason I go Support Tree is to get that Lore of Steel. And also, yeah, this Master Hexer. I know I have Vizier, but I needed Master Hexer just to, in case Vizier just did something and did A2 or A3 and didn't extend the durations. It was fine. I think you can also go for Defense Tree for that Retribution. It's still gonna do some work because she's gonna counter, do her A1. If the poison sensitivity is on, she can just extend how many poison she has on the boss. The important thing here on her is the critical rate, critical damage, accuracy, and the speed 179 exactly. Attack is very low, but I can't get everything on this account. So yeah, that's the best I could go to for this account. So we went through Frozen Banshee, Doom Priest. Yeah, final one is Skullcrusher. So guys, Skullcrusher, I have him at 4.2k defense. The reason for that is defense is his attack. So the higher defense, the higher he's gonna hit. So 174 speed, exactly 174 speed, guys. 97 critical rate, 123 critical damage, 100 accuracy. You need to get that as low as you can. That's the lowest I could get it. So 103 accuracy. And yeah, these are the stats for Skullcrusher. Masteries are the same as I explained before for the other champions. I didn't change anything on him because I think these are the masteries he had already from Kamoto when he did his account. So these are the gearing and masteries for this account, and you saw how much damage he did on Spirit. So imagine how much damage he can do on Void, possibly a 2-key. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you're interested for an account takeover, just send me a message on Discord and we'll talk this through and explain where I can improve your teams and how long it will take. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, or just talk to me on Discord. I have my own server there where lots of people are there and ask me stuff all the time. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.